Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. Is up until a few moments ago, no one of the winners of the tarot giveaway have contacted me through my email. So once again, I'm asking the winners of the tarot giveaway, which are Average, Rando, Angela Rancher, and Jerry Jordan, to write me an email, and I will try to message them through YouTube and to try and get them to respond and to let them know that they won. But if they still not responsive, I will do another giveaway. I mean, another shuffle and another draw by the end of this week. So this reading, I'm going to try again a reading that I am doing quite a lot for clients, but it's a lot more complicated on the channel. But I feel that this is a good reading to do for this subject. So what is this about? It's about the fact that the Buckingham Palace announced that the king and the queen are going to meet with Ngozi Fulani and to talk to her. And some say that they are going to apologize to her, even though she herself has declared to be an anti-monarchist, and she actually blamed them and accused them in domestic abuse against Meghan Markle. Anyway, if you watched Neil Sean, he says that this is a mistake. This is something that they shouldn't do. Other people think that this is a good thing. So I'm going to check. Now, what I'm going to do is a reading that is called a word reading, or a question reading. And in this reading, we actually write the question, and we are giving each phrase a card, and then I will maybe explain a little bit better what the meaning of each card is. So the question is going to be, and I'm going to write it down: is it wise for King Charles, excuse my spelling mistakes, to meet Ngozi Fulani in the next week. Now, in this kind of reading, it is imperative that you have a time stamp. It has to be in the next week, in the next month, and I understand that this has to be in the next week. So this is going to be in the next week. So this is what I'm going to do. And now I'm going to shuffle the cards, but before I do that, I am saying my disclaimer. So let me just you should make sure that this is in the right direction. And this is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. Okay, so let's start. So this is a tarot reading. It is vibrational. It is open to interpretation. It exists as assumptions and speculation, and as such may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourself. Now I'm going to clear the deck. And I'm going to start asking. So, is it wise for King Charles to meet Ngozi Fulani in the next week? Is it wise for King Charles to meet Ngozi Fulani in the next week? Once again, is it wise for King Charles to meet Ngozi Fulani in the next week? Now, after feeling that I've shuffled enough, I am closing the shuffling and I am declaring that the reading is locked. So this is a locked reading because for this reading we are not cutting the deck. So now I'm starting with putting the cards. Now, because I have done my learning in Hebrew and we read and write from right to left, and I asked my professor how is it done when it's in English. He said it still has to be done from right to left. So the first card is going to represent the phrase, is it wise? But what it actually represents is King Charles' state of mind. Is he optimistic or is he pessimistic as to the results of this meeting? So that is the whole meaning of this card. Now the next card is going to represent King Charles. Now, this will tell us how King Charles where does he come from? What are his motives? How is he feeling? What does he want to achieve? What does he feel regarding this meeting? The next card is going to represent the meeting itself. And what it will tell us is what is the potential of that meeting? So is the potential positive or is the potential negative? Is it going to be a bad meeting or is it going to be a good meeting? So this is what this card is going to tell us. The next card is going to tell us where does Ngozi Fulani come from regarding what is her state of mind, how does she feel, what does she want to achieve from this meeting, what is she thinking about. And the next card is going to represent the time, and what it means is that what does the time going to do regarding the potential. Well, if we're talking about the potential, if as time goes by, if it takes longer or shorter, will the potential be more or less as it is shown in the card? And then we have the answer card, which is telling us if it's wise for King Charles to meet Ngozi Fulani. So let's start opening the cards. So the first card is telling us whether or not King Charles is optimistic or pessimistic, and we're getting the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is a great card, and it tells us that King Charles is coming from a very optimistic place. So he really believes that he can achieve something good from this meeting. And I want you to pay attention for something. This card is not about the family. This card is about the monarchy. He's not thinking about his family now. He's thinking about the good of the monarchy. Right now, he is thinking like a king. So he's not thinking about Lady Susan Hassey. He's not thinking about the fact that Queen Camilla wants Lady Susan Hassey back. He's not thinking, and why am I saying that? Because the people here are very small. And what we see here is especially the cards and a lot of landscape. So this is more about the entire world, the entire of Britain, or in the entire of the monarchy. So he's thinking about the monarchy, but he's optimistic regarding this meeting. Now, the next card is telling us, where does King Charles come from? So what does he think? And we're getting here the Wheel of Fortune. So King Charles really believes that he can create change by meeting this woman, that he can create change for the good. Sorry. And we're talking about changes that for the monarchy, changes for Britain, everything that is connected with racism. He really believes that he can create a good change, that people will start seeing the monarchy in a better light, and he even thinks that he can change Ngozi Fulani's way of seeing things. This is a card that says taking destiny in your own hands. So this is where King Charles comes from, but this is a major arcana, which is telling us that he is very much in the spiritual realm. He's not down to earth. He's not thinking in ways that are more, let's say, wait a minute. What I was looking for is mundane concepts. So he's not thinking in mundane concepts. What he is thinking is very spiritually. It's a very high level. And because of that, it's something that is very difficult to actually operate. But this is where he's coming from. He really believes that he can change things, that he can create a change in the way that that woman thinks, and in the way that people think about the monarchy and about racism in the monarchy. So that's where King Charles comes from. Now the next card is the card of the potential of this meeting, and what I'm getting here is the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles is not a good card, but it's not a bad card as well. It's a message card, and the message here is that there is let's say a fake conflict here, and we all know who is here with fake conflict. We see here that first of all, behind the character, we can see the sea that is stormy, and there are ships behind him. So King Charles doesn't see the storm behind him. He is really juggling those pentacles, and he's trying to make things better, and he believes that he can make a change, but he is a little bit unable to see the reality of how difficult and how bad the situation is. So he is a little bit naive. Let's say it that way. This is a fake conflict because the conflict here is both of him and of Ngozi. She will start saying that she will start saying a lot of things that will tell King Charles that she's actually in a conflict, but she will know exactly what she wants to achieve. And she will try to achieve something that we will see in a minute, exactly where she's coming from and what she's trying to achieve. She knows exactly what she wants to achieve. So does Prince Charles, King Charles. He wants to achieve a change. He wants to achieve a change for the better. But she wants something else, and we don't know yet. But what we can see here is a clash of wishes of two people that are coming from two different places, and a fake conflict of one of them, because I don't think that King Charles is faking his wishes. He is very upfront about what he wants and how he wants the monarchy to continue. So the fake conflict here is Ngozi's. So let's see, where does she come from? And what I'm getting here is the Two of Swords. Okay, so the Two of Swords, that's a valid card, because the Two of Swords is a card of someone who is not seeing reality as it is, and because that someone is, because she cannot see reality as it is, she cannot deal with reality. She cannot she doesn't take the right action. She takes the wrong action. She will make mistakes, and that will lead her to the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is destruction. And I believe that the destruction here won't be only for her, it will be for her charity. And I really think that the women that they are helping, this is really bad for them. And this is something that Ngozi Fulani did not think about when she started all of that. Now just see the similarity of both of these cards. Both of them are twos, so we know that she's the one with the fake conflict. Both of them are the ones with a C behind the protagonist. Okay, here we see a man and here we see a woman. It doesn't really matter. But I believe that here we see a man because King Charles cannot see the stormy waters behind him. He is a little bit naive about how difficult and how bad things are. And here we see a woman because this is Ngozi Fulani. But she's coming from a place of wanting to hurt. Now, this card also, because they are sitting one near the other, this card is getting all of the bad attributes of the Two of Pentacles. So now we need to look at the negative aspects of the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Now I'm reminding you that the Two of Pentacles represents the potential of this meeting. And the most important thing out of all of the negative aspects of the Two of Pentacles is the fact that it is neglecting the person's intuition. And I think that this is something that King Charles is neglecting, because his intuition probably tells him that this is a mistake, but he still wants to try it. He still wants to try to create this change. And from this side, the card of the Wheel of Fortune is positively aspecting the Two of Pentacles. So let's say that this card is very negative and is negatively aspecting this card and causing King Charles to neglect his own intuition. So that's something that comes from, this is Ngozi Fulani's influence on the way that King Charles sees things. This is not something that happened, that is right for everything that King Charles does. It's true to this incident because it is her influence on him. Okay, one more thing that I can say about the Two of Swords. This is a person that is neglecting to handle things, things that things can just happen by themselves. Very procrastinating, very passive, runs away from reality, and has difficulty to present, is distressed and hardship clearly. And we saw that with her, because what she did, she just created this incident, and she posted a very non-communicating post on social media. She did not approach anyone to talk about it. So she did not try to do that in the right way. She did that on the wrong, in the wrong way, in order to get reaction from people, not because she really cared about what happened there. So this is a person that has tendency to overlook facts, and because of that, it's very hard for her to deal with reality as it is. Okay, so that is where she's coming from. This is her attitude to the whole meeting. So she's not coming to the meeting from a pure heart. She's coming to the meeting, first of all, carrying swords, and coming there very wishing to fight. She is coming there trying to pose as if she has this very difficult, conflict, but she doesn't actually. So she is faking a lot of things. She will act as if she is conflicted about many things that happened that night, but actually she won't be able to see reality, and she will try to interpret everything that the king and the queen will say, but we are talking about the king here, so she will try to interpret everything that the king says in a way that can be interpreted in a wrong way. So the king has to be very, very careful with every word that he says there. And naturally, they have to be very careful in every, that she doesn't carry any kind of recording devices, which I think that she did at the first encounter. But this is something that I think that she's going there with malice, and she is hoping to catch King Charles in his words, and to catch him saying something that can be interpreted in the wrong way. So she's not coming there with a pure heart. Okay, so what will time do to the potential? And with that, I mean, if well, let's say that way. What will happen if the meeting is postponed? Will it help the potential? Will the potential become more, let's say, more positive, or will it not? Will it hurt the potential? So will the potential become more negative? And what we're getting here is the Nine of Swords. Okay, so if King Charles really wants to do that, he needs to do that swiftly, as soon as possible, and just get over with it. The Nine of Swords is the worst card in the deck, even worse than the Devil. I mean, it's very, very difficult to get something positive from the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a card of depression. This is a card of worry and justified worry. So this leads me to believe that as time goes by, Ngozi will probably will find a way to make King Charles say things that he doesn't want to say, and will find a way to prove that the palace or the royal family are racist. So this has to if King Charles decides to do that, which I don't recommend seeing these cards, if he does, then it has to be very quickly, not in the near future. Because the Nine of Swords is also badly aspecting the Two of Swords, which means that now the Two of Swords is all of the bad aspects of the Two of Swords are coming out. And the bad aspects of the Two of Swords is even more passivity, even more difficulty to present distress and hardship clearly. So this is even a harder way of seeing reality, and even more. And let me just look at the affinities of these cards. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles has an affinity for self-destructiveness and a tendency to do the wrong thing. The Two of Swords has an affinity first to not to overlook reality, but also adversity. And the Nine of Swords has an affinity to disasters, but also self-destructiveness and bad choices. So all of these cards are badly aspecting. So even though King Charles is coming from a very positive place, it doesn't look like it's going to end up well. But let's see what is the answer, because all of these cards are just showing us where does Ngozi Fulani comes from, and the potential of this meeting and the energies around this meeting. But this is the answer for the question. Is it wise for King Charles to meet Ngozi Fulani in the next week? So the answer is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is a yes card, and it's badly aspected by the Nine of Swords that comes in this from this place, but it's positively aspected by the Ten of Cups that comes from this place. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is a card that speaks about working hard, and even though you're working hard, you're not getting paid a lot, because you know that you need to work hard in order to deserve the rewards that you want. And I think that this is something that King Charles knows. So he knows that in order to deserve the monarchy, to deserve that the monarchy will stay on, he needs to work hard. So he comes from that place of working hard and not always getting everything that he wants, although he gets a lot of money. And we're not talking only on money aspects. So we're talking about success. And although he's not always successful, he was working very hard because he wants to be successful. He wants the monarchy to be successful. And he knows that he has to work very hard for that. Now, when this card is negatively aspected, we see a person that is sacrificing things with no need. And I think that this meeting is a sacrifice with no need. It is someone who reduces his own worth. And we see here a king that is willing to meet a woman way, way beneath him because she accused someone that is not even a working royal in racism. And everyone in Britain, I think, and in the world could see behind her motives and her tricks. And another negative aspect of this card is someone who believes that everything is hard to get, and only with effort it's possible to advance in life. So I think that this is not very good, it's not a very good way to describe King Charles. So you don't have to take all of the negative aspects of a card. But I do believe that King Charles is reducing his own worth by meeting that woman, and he is sacrificing himself with no need. So to sum it up, King Charles should it is wise for him to meet Ngozi Fulani, but he needs to be very careful because she is not coming with a pure heart. She is coming there with hopes of getting him to say things that she can use against him. And he needs to meet her as soon as possible before she can get more ideas of how she can make that happen. And he needs to be very, very careful because she does not come with a pure heart. She is going to pretend that she has a lot of conflicts, but she actually doesn't. She comes from this Two of Swords energy, which is not a good energy. And if he defers that meeting and does meet her eventually in a later date, it will be worse. So altogether, it is wise for him to meet her, but as soon as possible. Okay, so this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.